Good morning, guys. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to the Black Financial Channel. My name is Dr. Boyce Watkins, and I'm going to tell you guys a few little things that are happening in the world of crypto, as well as give you an update on what happened with Sam Bankman-Fried. And if you stick to the end of the video, I will give you a stock that I bought shares in that I'm going to buy some more shares in today that I think is going to do really, really well. So my goal is to not just tell you what's going on in the world of crypto and the world of investing, but to also give you some ideas on where you might make some extra money. So get comfortable, buckle up your seatbelt. We're going to get started on the Black Financial Channel right now. Welcome, guys. What's going on? Welcome to the Black Financial Channel. This is theblackfinancialchannel.com. My name is Dr. Boyce Watkins. I'm your friendly neighborhood finance professor. Let's jump right into it. I'm not even going to go through the rest because actually I am waiting. I got my ride waiting outside. I'm about to take a flight today, and I'm going to be speaking this weekend in Atlanta at the Generational Wealth Conference, and then next week again in Atlanta and some other places pretty soon. So I got a lot going on this week. So I'm going to be real quick with this. So good morning to everybody. I just want to say hi real quick. I saw one of my brothers said, Gizmo Duck said, I'm a truck driver that's actually headed to Houston. I still have 2 hours and 45 minutes left before I get there. Well, that's awesome, man. I'm glad to hear that. I respect a hardworking man, a hardworking woman I don't know if you're a man or a woman. Either way, I respect hardworking people, period. And also, shout out to all the truck drivers, military people, everybody else. If you ever want to listen to this podcast and catch it through audio, just go to Spotify, look for the Dr. Boyce Breakdown, or if you go to Apple, you can find it there too under the Dr. Boyce Breakdown. So hit the thumbs up button, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. I'm going to talk to you about FTX a little bit, the crypto markets in general, reveal some information that's been found recently about the FTX scandal. And then at the end, I will give you a stock that I believe is going to do well. I'm actually going to buy some shares of that this morning. I buy stock every single day. If you want to be wealthy or in a position to take advantage of when this market eventually goes up, the bull market is coming, everybody. The bull market is coming. I need you to understand that. You got to get ready in advance. You cannot react after it already happens because you're going to be showing up to the neighborhood when everything's already expensive. So don't show up late. Remember, the rule of making money is what? Buy low, sell, put it in the chat. To make money, you got to buy low, sell. Do you buy low and sell low? Or do you buy high and sell low? Or do you buy low and sell high? Answer that for me in the chat so you can understand this. So now's the time that you can buy low. If you don't get in this market, I don't know what to say to you. I'm doing my best to help as much as I can. You ain't got to listen to me, though. All right, so here's one thing that I found out. The regulators recently announced that they recovered $5 billion from FTX, and that's big. That's a big deal. A lot of people lost a ton of money in that company, and the regulators found $5 billion worth of FTX. One problem, or $5 billion worth of assets with FTX that they're going to give back to the investors if they can. The big problem they have is that some of the assets are like these tokens that nobody wants. So they're stuck with all these tokens that maybe have some sort of a book value, but their market value doesn't match what they might be listed for on the books. So they don't really know what to do with these tokens. And so the crypto was this space where people were creating money out of thin air, and some of that money is turning back into thin air. In fact, there were over 12,100 what they call zombie tokens that were out there during the crypto boom. And the zombie tokens are gone. There are literally over 12,000 crypto projects that totally disappeared because people were trying to scam you and take your money. They said, look, if we put our name on any project, we find some influencer, some rapper, or some celebrity that promotes it, then we can get people out there to buy it. The suckers are going to buy it. I don't want you to be a sucker. I want you to be smart. That's why we talk about finance every single day on this platform. And I know what I'm talking about. I just want you guys to be ready for this. So they took advantage of a lot of people. A lot of that money disappeared. It's still in somebody's pocket. There's still some crypto billionaires and millionaires out there. Some of them that were smart took a big chunk of their money, got out of the game, not completely, but just enough to be diversified. And they bought real estate, they bought businesses, they put money in traditional stocks. They didn't leave all their money in crypto, which leads to my next point. Right now in the crypto industry, what's interesting is that most of the companies are laying people off. You saw just the other day that Coinbase announced these massive layoffs. I'm a big investor in Coinbase. I have a decent size holding in Coinbase because I believe this company is going to do well. And Coinbase just laid off some people. The stock went up. My wife gave me some extra kisses because we made some money on that. But the battle's not over yet. Coinbase still has some issues, but Coinbase is regulated pretty well. And I think Coinbase is going to do well once the economy recovers. Now, what's interesting is that in light of all of the companies in crypto that are laying people off, almost everybody's doing layoffs right now. There's one company that isn't laying anybody off in the crypto space, and it's really fascinating, and that's Binance. Binance, which is run by a guy, he has a long Chinese name. I can't say it, so I'm just going to call him CZ. That's what everybody calls him, CZ. Well, CZ runs Binance, and Binance is doing the exact opposite of what everybody else is doing. They are probably the smartest company right now in the space of crypto because they're doing the exact opposite of what everybody else is doing. So CZ, who's been accused of undermining Sam Bankman-Fried and exposing the illegalities that were going on with Bankman-Fried, the greatest illegality that I saw with Sam Bankman-Fried was the use of customer funds to make investments with Alameda Research when they specifically said in their terms of service that they would not do that. So it's really a lot like you loaning me your money and me telling you that it's safe, but really I took your money and went to the casino against your permission, and then I lost at the casino and I didn't have your money. That's kind of what Bankman-Fried's accused of. That's what's going to get him sent to prison a long time if he goes to prison. His parents are Stanford lawyers, so you never know what's going to happen, and they're also politically connected. But anyway, and it's already shown he's already benefited from things like the bail. Like he should have paid him a lot more money in bail. Somehow they were able to skirt around the law that way, and that kind of sucks. I was in the Bahamas last week, and I sat with some black folks that live in the Bahamas, and they were all talking about Bankman-Fried. They were talking about how weird he was, how he'd show up to meetings, and everybody's wearing a suit, and he's wearing shorts and a T-shirt, and his hair's all over the place like he just got out of bed, or he's wearing a bathrobe or whatever. And so they didn't. I don't know if they really liked the guy. I think they liked his money. And then what happened was this man gave a lot of money all throughout the city. He was just sprinkling money everywhere, and people were just going along with it because they're like, okay, we don't know, this guy's weird, but he has money. Well, now they're learning all money ain't good money, because now what the government in the Bahamas is doing is they're going back and they're trying to claw back all the money he gave away. That means if he gave money to your charity, they're going to get the money out of your charity. If he bought real estate from you, then they're going back to get that money back from the real estate. So it's kind of an interesting thing. It really reminds me of something that I've always said to you guys, that all that glitters ain't gold. Getting up close next to people just because they have money is not always a good move, whether you're trying to do business with somebody just because you think they're rich, or you're trying to sleep with somebody just because you think they're rich. A lot of people will play you with that, so you got to be really careful with that. Now, as I move forward, do me a favor. Please hit the thumbs up button, thumbs up, share, subscribe. And I want to remind everybody, if you want to teach your kids about wealth, we have these awesome flashcards for children. We have flashcards on real estate. We have flashcards on stock market investing. We have flashcards even on credit. So if you'd like to get your kids ahead of the curve, you can go to one or two websites to train your children. We believe in educating our own over here. You can go to financialworkbooks.com, where we have a lot of workbooks that cover every grade band, or you can go to financialflashcards.com. Both of those websites have flashcards and workbooks for kids, because the big play is that if you want your kids to be wealthy, give me a yes in the chat if you want your kids to succeed. Everybody tell me yes if you want your kids to do well. If you want your kids to fail, then this isn't for you. But if you want your kids to do well and get out of the trap, you got to get them started early. Don't have them learn about money when they get to college. Don't have them learn about money the hard way. Don't have them learn about money when they're 30. Have them learn about money when they're 7. And then a kid like that is going to be really good at making money. So if you're in that category, then, whatever you do, whether it's the flashcards or something else, just do something for your kids. Like, don't just leave them out there, because a lot of us grew up in the trap, because our parents, a lot of them, they didn't know to leave us any inheritance. They didn't teach us how to make money by doing anything other than getting a job, and they didn't position us to be financially secure. So if you train your kids, and it's great for those who, if you're homeschooling your kids, it's great for that. The cards are used in a lot of homeschool curriculums across the country. If you don't homeschool your kids and you just want to give them a gift that lets them know what your values are. Remember, sometimes your kid may not even touch the product, but they may actually just know, okay, my mom, my mother, my father, they believe in this, and this is important. Almost like, remember when you were little and your grandma gave you a Bible and maybe you never read it, but you just knew your grandma was all about that Jesus. You know what I mean? Like, kind of like that, right? Like, let your kids and let the world know what you're all about. That way they won't get older and look back and say, well, my parents didn't prepare me. That's why I'm in this situation. I'm watching this really great show called Kaleidoscope right now. Shout out to Giancarlo. I can't remember his last name, Giancarlo Esposito, he was in School Days, actually. He played Big Brother Almighty. I don't know if y'all remember him, but anyway, one of the best actors of all time, right there with Jeffrey Wright. And he's in this great show called Kaleidoscope, which I think is directed by Robert Townsend. It's on Netflix. It's one of the best shows I've ever seen. And this show's all about people making bad decisions because they don't have enough money. This show's all about money. It's all, they're robbing a bank. They're doing this crazy stuff. Their lives are ruined because they're trying to get money. And I joked with my wife. I said, if they had financial literacy training as kids, they would know how to make money without having to go rob a bank and without ruining their lives. So teach your kids these things early so you can get them ahead of the curve. That's what's really important. All right. So financialflashcards.com. Feel free to take a look. Now hit the thumbs up button. Thumbs up, share, subscribe. In one moment, I'll mention the stock that I'm about to buy. And again, I'll be in there with you. So I can't guarantee anything, but this is a company based on my research that I think is going to do well. So the reason I think Binance is one of the few companies in crypto that's actually able to go on a hiring spree when everybody else is laying people off is because Binance, I'm willing to guess. I taught a finance class in China, and let me tell you this. The Chinese, they embrace a little bit of capitalism, but they don't do it like Americans do. They do embrace free enterprise and business development and all that, but they kind of mix capitalism with communism. So they actually practice a style of what I would consider to be powernomics. If you know powernomics, it's like it's a little capitalist, but it's also about collectivism. So it's got some socialism and some communism in there, where you have a greater responsibility beyond just making as much money as possible. So I believe that the reason Binance is surviving this crypto winter better than anyone else, and the reason I believe Binance is going to do well after the crypto winter is over, is for a few reasons. One, and this is what I picked up from kind of studying Chinese culture and how they invest. Number one, the Asian countries, they tend to think long term. In the U.S., they're looking at the next quarter or the next year. A lot of Asian countries, they'll make a 100, 200-year plan for their company. China is dominating the world economically because they have a 100-year economic dominance plan. Since when have you heard any of our congressmen ever make a 100-year plan for the country? Nobody does that. They're only thinking about the next election cycle, the next few months. That's why I believe China is going to remain pretty strong. America is going to head down to the decline because they're making massive investments in their children. In America, we don't even invest in our kids. That's why a lot of America is going to kind of head south. So number one, they're long-term investors. Number two, I don't think that they got caught up in the leverage, the over-leveraging, the excessive greed that caught the crypto industry. I have no idea why Sam Bankman-Fried and all of his friends were taking on that much leverage. You could have been rich. You could have been a billionaire. You could have been balling out of control, but you didn't have to go and borrow all that damn money, especially in a risky industry like that. When I made my bank on crypto, I made a ton of money. Me and my wife made hundreds of thousands of dollars from crypto. You know what I did with a chunk of that money? I went over and bought me some real estate. I said, babe, we got this money. We're going to grab this bag, run over here and go put it somewhere else so that the money is safe. The number 4 rule, when I talked to you guys about making money, the 4th rule is protecting what you have. So we took that money to protect it. We diversified. I don't understand why they took on all this leverage. I don't believe that Binance did that because I think Chinese culture is a little bit different. And the third piece is I wouldn't be surprised if the government is supporting them. The Chinese government intervenes in a lot of these companies. They claim that they don't, but I don't believe that. I believe the Chinese government has their hand in anything they want to have their hand in. They're kind of like the big the big administrative pimp of China. So I believe that the pimp hand is strong. I believe that the government is funding them and also the mindset of their investors, given that it's long term, and the mindset of the government being long term means that Binance will have the funding it needs to just stay positioned long enough to benefit as soon as the price of Bitcoin and everything else goes up. I believe it's going to go up. What's interesting also is that when they reveal who lost money in FTX, this was all a secret for a long time, but they found out that Robert Kraft, the owner of the New England Patriots, and Sequoia Capital, which is backed by that big vision fund that's investing money everywhere, they were 2 of the big losers in this. So Robert Kraft, the owner of the Patriots, lost a ton of money. Tom Brady and his wife Giselle lost hundreds of millions of dollars. A lot of people got burned by FTX. It was a real mess. Now, I promise you guys at the end, I will give you the stock that I like, that I'm going to buy. And before I do that, actually, could you please hit the thumbs up button, thumbs up, share, subscribe. Also, don't forget, we're doing a financial slumber party in the Black Business School on Friday the 13th at 11 p.m. So show up in your pajamas, bring some popcorn. We're going to have some fun. And during that time, I'm going to take you through a lecture series I have called Stock Market Decoded. And it's going to be quick and it's going to be fun and we're going to nail it. And when you walk away, you will have no reason to fear the stock market. You will be the smartest investor in your household. You will be the leader of your house. I will transform you into that person because I know what I'm talking about and I can get you ready. So feel free, if you'd like to join us, you can buy your pass at boycewatkins.com. And best of all, it's if you buy one pass for yourself, you can bring anybody in your family that you want. So you don't have to buy 2 or 3. If you bring 3 relatives, just buy one. Everybody can share the same one, just like a Netflix subscription or something like that. All right. So the company that I like is a company called Mogo Mogo Finance Technologies, Mogo, M-O-G-O, M-O-G-O. Mogo is the company. I'm literally, as soon as I hang up here, right before I go get in the car, because I got to rush to the airport. I'm flying out this morning, but I'm going to actually go buy some shares of Mogo, M-O-G-O. So feel free to take a look at Mogo. I'm not telling you what to do. This is not investment advice, but this is what I'm about to do. So I wish you guys the very best. I hope you make $1 trillion. I'll check back in with you a little bit later. And yesterday on drboycetv.com, Dr. Claude Anderson rolled through. So if you want some wisdom and you want some of that game, he was on fire yesterday. So feel free to go to drboycetv.com to check that out. All right, guys. So please have a good day. God bless you. And I hope you have a wonderful day. Take care now. Peace.